Capcom announced the Disney Afternoon Collection today for Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and I am hyped. I am so incredibly hyped. Like, I have been waiting for years for Capcom to announce their old Disney Afternoon NES games for modern platforms. I never thought it was going to happen, but then we got DuckTales Remastered, and there was a small bit of hope. But now we're going to get Chip 'n Dale 1 and 2, DuckTales 1 and 2, Darkwing Duck, and Tailspin in one compilation for modern platforms. It's going to have new time attack leaderboards. It's going to have a boss rush mode. It's going to have all sorts of awesome things. Like, back in the day, I used to watch the Disney Afternoon block all the time. I never played any of the NES games until later on when I discovered emulators, but I've never been able to actually buy copies for myself. The original games sell for ridiculous prices on eBay, especially the DuckTales games. And to actually like own a version of the games, it will be nice, even if it is just a digital version. It's nice to play it on my Xbox account, play it on any Xbox One that I can sign into, basically. I really like my experiences with the games. I played Chip 'n Dale 1 at Blockbuster Video. That's my experience with that. I played it a little bit on emulator. I got far, but I never finished it. Can't wait to finish it like when it comes out, April 18th, I want to say, which it really isn't that long from now. I never played never played Chip 'n Dale 2. DuckTales 1 I played and finished on my emulator, or no save states, of course, but I did that in preparation for the remaster, which I played and I enjoyed, although I still prefer the NES original over the remastered version of DuckTales. Nothing wrong with the remaster, but nothing beats the original, in my opinion. But never played DuckTales 2. Never really played Tailspin. Darkwing Duck is the game I'm most excited for in this collection. It's basically like a lost Mega Man game. It is so good. It has great music. Has great controls. All the games have great controls. It's basically like a shooter, like Mega Man, like 2D platform shooter with bosses. Darkwing can do interesting moves, like he can put his cape up as a shield. He can get different type of weapons for his gun, like lightning energy and stuff like that. What else can he do? He can drop through floors, which is something Mega Man can't do. It makes things more unique. And I used to watch, even though I discovered these games later on as a young adult. Back as a child, I used to watch the Disney Afternoon block all the time, or not all, well, yeah, pretty much every day after school. They used to play these cartoons in like the syndicated block, starting with I want to say Tailspin or something. There was a lot of shows, and new shows rotated in and out. Like, there was a very early era of Darkwing Duck, and I want to say Gummy Bears. And then there's the later era of shows like Aladdin and Bonkers. That's when I started to drop out and lose interest. But something else I wanted to talk about is that back in the day, not only did I used to read the Disney Afternoon, but I also used to read this magazine, Disney Adventures. I used to read this magazine a lot. I have issues from 1992 to around 97, 98, and I see a lot of like people online. They read a lot of, or they used to read like Nintendo Power or GamePro or EGM or whatever. I never grew up with any gaming magazines. I grew up with this, basically, and I need to talk about these sometimes because these are awesome. This is a very old issue. This is from November 1992. You know it's old because Will Smith is on the cover, and if I open it up to the very first page, there's actually an advertisement for the game I'm most interested in, Darkwing Duck, on the Nintendo Entertainment System. They're advertising it for $49.99, and you may notice that the colors are a bit off in the ad. That's because this is a collector's 3D issue. This book actually came with 3D glasses, and the majority of the magazine is in 3D. That, like, you can find images that pop up. Like, here's an advertisement for Metroid 2, The Return of Samus in 3D. How rad is that? Like, doesn't get any more 90s than that. So I'm super excited for a Disney Afternoon collection. I'm going to get it day one. I'm going to be enjoying the retroness, the nostalgia, and the games still hold up gameplay-wise. It's not entirely nostalgia. I'm going to play DuckTales 2 for the first time, as well as Chip 'n Dale 2, and I'm going to see how they hold up. I'm assuming they hold up great since they're part of this collection, but Darkwing Duck is the one I'm most excited for. I used to love that show. That was my favorite show. In fact, the Darkwing Duck comic in these old magazines is what made me want to buy the magazines in the first place. They had comics based off the Disney Afternoon television programs, and I was a very avid reader for 5 years or more. It was excellent reading material. They had good articles, but this is all about Disneyness, I guess. Super excited for the game. Gonna buy it. Gonna probably most likely talk about my impressions. Maybe even stream it. Who knows? But April 18th, I think. Hoping I get the date wrong. And once again, super excited. I'll talk to you later. See you next time.